Hello, I had a request that the cat be in this one, so here's the cat. The cat is in this one. And welcome to another Friday Reads, and there's a special, sort of readathon announcement. I will have a timestamp for that if you're only here for the readathon. I'm going to start with my what I have read, currently reading, what I plan to read, the typical Friday Reads. And so when I last talked to you guys, I have since finished three things. I finished The Haunting of Tramcar 015, I have finished Storm of Locusts, and I finished The Best of All Possible Worlds by Karen Lord, which if you've been following me on any social media, I have been raving about this book. I don't have many new thoughts for Haunting of Tramcar or Storm of Locusts since I last talked to you guys about it, other than they were good. I think that Storm of Locusts was missing a component that I think will be in the third book, so I'm excited about that. There was just character dynamics I was missing, and I'm definitely more in those books for the character moments. Like, the questy plots are fun, but I more want the character interpersonal relationships. And Haunting of Tramcar was definitely better for me than A Dead Djinn in Cairo, and I'm really excited for the novel just to even expand it more. I feel like I just need more space when I'm doing any sort of detective work type story. But this one, guys, The Best of All Possible Worlds. So I love Karen Lord. If you've been here for a minute, you guys should know. I think I actually have it over here because I mentioned it in another video recently. This is the first one I read by her. Loved it. It's a folk tale sort of fantasy, and this one is a sci-fi. I think sociology sci-fi, or I don't know. It has like a subgenre, but I picked it up on a whim on Friday. I just needed something to read after I had finished Haunting of Tramcar, and I couldn't stop reading it. I read it in I want to say 70 hours. I read it so fast. And it's not a fast-paced book. I think it's actually probably quite slow-paced if you thought about it. I want to put a review together probably, but Karen Lord's authorial voice, the characters, just how it made me feel, it reminded me of Becky Chambers and Ursula K. Le Guin, but with Karen Lord's voice, which is like a voice I love. And it basically looks at a really sad trigger moment, like a sad starting point, but through an optimistic lens of where things could go. And it's very big on cultural exploration and character development. It's super slow burn, and I read it so fast and I loved it. Oh, it was such a good time. I actually bought myself a copy. It's not going to be in for a while, and I searched really hard for a cover I like, and hopefully that's the cover that comes in. I feel like I'm always so nervous with eBay or anything like that. I'm just like, I tried really hard. It says it's this ISBN. But it won't be the end of the world if it is this cover. I just really prefer one that I found that was, I think, the original UK cover. I'll have an image real quick. I just think it's really pretty. And so, yeah, that's what I have read since I last talked to you guys. So what am I currently reading? I am still reading Fires of Heaven. I am officially 50% of the way through this one. It's still been going well. I feel like I don't have any new spoiler-free thoughts about it, other than I kind of just wish I had more likable characters I could latch onto, but that's been me in the Wheel of Time for a very long time. I get that there are people in the world who are as obnoxious as the people in Wheel of Time. I get it. But that doesn't mean I need everyone to be that way. I'd like to think I surround myself by people who are reasonable. Why can't the Wheel of Time have, some reasonable, not, everyone just feels like they need to be alpha. And I'm like, you can't all be alpha. Someone needs to be beta. Someone needs to step down and realize this person's in charge. You can't all be in charge. And that's happening a lot right now. And I'm just like, guys. Because I feel like a lot of people think that they need to be the leaders, that they would be the best person in charge. And I'm not convinced any of them would be. And I just think they want to be in charge to be in charge. It's exhausting. But I am having a really fun time. It's only been a week and a half, and I've read half of it, so that's a really good pace for me for these books. Audiobooking has been great. I also picked up, you can't see the cover because it's in this thing, but it's The Winter of the Witch, the third book in the Winternight trilogy. I'm already halfway through it. It's so good, guys. I was having kind of a rough day earlier this week, and it was just so nice to just reread this book. And in this book, Vasia's having a time. I mean, understandably, she needs a minute. And I felt like I needed a minute. So it was nice for us to take a minute together. So, and there's just, this one has so much of the cool magic and the lore, and I can kind of remember what's going to happen, but not really, and it just makes me so happy. I really love this series. I just think it's so quality. And I've also started, you gonna leave? Okay, I'm trying to get the cat out of my lap without moving everything. But I've also started the arc for The Conductors by Nicole Glover. And I'm only like 18% of the way through. This and Winter of the Witch are definitely like my priorities for physically reading this weekend. And I'm liking it. I don't know if it'll become a loving it feeling, but I'm having a good time. It's alternative fantasy, history sort of thing. I think I said those words in some order, but it's basically late 1800s, so after the Civil War, but Reconstruction era. We have the conductors, where they used to be conductors, and we follow these two people. It's like a husband-wife team who solve mysteries, and they have magic, and that's kind of what I know. Murders kind of happened, and I think we're supposed to solve that mystery. I've been liking it well enough. I just haven't gotten that whole like connection with the characters yet. Like I'm getting there, but I can tell that whether this stays as an I like it book to I love it's just going to be on whether I vibe with these people, and that's a subjective experience. The writing's been good. I've really liked this alternative history. I like the magic. The magic is very like drawing icons based, which is like, I mean, I really like that. I liked that in Mask of Mirrors. I like that in Elantris. I'm big on that type of magic system, and it seems kind of cool and based on constellations, so that's a fun time. But I'm buddy reading that with Ashley from Doesn't Have a Degree in Reading, and we're both kind of on the same page right now. We're just very beginning of the book, feeling our way through. We'll see how it goes. And as I kind of said last week, like sometimes just mystery books, if my enjoyment of a mystery book is almost always based on if I care about the characters solving the mystery. Sometimes the mystery plot itself can help me, but I'm just not primarily a mystery reader. It's just not the thing that I love. Like, I think I only watched like one serialized TV drama growing up, and it was Bones. Like, and that's the one I love, but it's because I love all those characters, like all the CSIs and the NCISs. I didn't like love as much, and I think that's just part of it. I have to care about the characters more than anything else, and the mystery plot, that's the A plot, needs to become the B plot. That's basically what has to happen for me. And so I don't know if that'll happen here, but I am enjoying my time with it. So all of that out of the way, I mean, I guess the next book, if I finished all of that this weekend, is The Prey of Gods. I'm going to start buddy reading this with Laura. I did check in, and we're going to read it, and I'm excited because there's a robot and there's magic, and yeah. But announcement time in March. This is the month where college basketball teams are in a tournament called March Madness. You might have heard of it. And, you know, it's a big thing. You know, you fill out your brackets, you try to predict which teams will win. You almost are always wrong because there's always an upset. My boyfriend always does it based off mascots, so he is extra wrong, like, frequently. And I, last year, back when my channel was like 150 subscribers, really wanted to have a kind of bracket tournament themed readathon, but I just knew I was too small, and I just didn't have the spoons. But I want to, in March, have this really chill bracket readathon. It's like, I have a logo here. You can see it. This is the title of it. I always forget the title because there's a lot of alliteration in it. I think it's the Battle of the Books Bracket Tournament because copyright's a fun thing. This one's good. And Alyssa made this logo for me, and she put together all the brackets, and I'll have that in a Google Drive down below. And on my Discord, I will have a channel where people can share their brackets and talk about how it's going and how their predictions work out, because how this is going to work is you're going to pick a bracket that you want. I figure there's lots of people who maybe only read 2 or 4 books a month. Some people read 16 or 32. So have a bracket for everything. And what you're going to do is when you are making your March TBR, or if you want, choose a part of your March TBR. If you're a mood reader, you can just be like, well, I for sure have to read these 4 books, but I want to leave everything else open, or I just only want to have these 2 books go head to head. We have it all. We have 2-book bracket, 4-book, 8, 16, and 32. And you can pick any of those brackets, and when you set your TBR, I'm going to randomize when I set it up. I'm going to randomize it into the spots. I'm doing Elite 8 because realistically I can only guarantee that I'll read 8 things. And then you predict, it's like a prediction video, which one will win, which will be your favorite book of the month. And yeah, and I figured we all share it and we talk about it, and it's super chill. You can definitely double this up with other readathons. It's not a big deal to me at all. I just thought it would be fun. It's kind of thematic for the time of year, And yeah, also, I can make a channel for actual March Madness stuff in my Discord if there's enough interest. I do love college basketball. But for this is just books, and I will be sharing my TBR next week. I'm still figuring out which ones I want to put on it. But the goal was to make this so that even if you are a slow reader or a mood reader, you can still be a part of this and not feel left out. And if you really want to challenge yourself and you want to do the 32 book bracket, I'm here to root you on. I am excited to see it. But I'll have all of that in a Google Drive down below, and there is a hashtag, I'll put it on the screen, that you can share on social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram. I will occasionally be looking for it to see if I find it there. And I am working on trying to make some like Instagram story templates, and if I have made those, I will have those also down in the Google Drive, but that's still currently like a work in progress. So I don't want to promise more than I can give, but for sure we have the PDFs of the brackets down below. And yeah, that is my announcement for the very chill but hopefully fun Predict Your Best Book of the Month readathon in bracket format. And that's it for this video. It's been kind of a week. February is always a weird month for me. And so I'm just glad I've been reading things that I really love, like this book, guys. This book. I don't even think it's for everyone, but I think it's for sure my first like truly amazing 5-star read of the year. Like I loved this book so much. Karen Lord, I just need to read everything. She has 2 more novels that I haven't read yet, so I need to get to those. And I think both of them are pseudo sequels. Like one of them is kind of a sequel for this one, although this is definitely a standalone. I just think it has a character from this one. And then I don't think Unraveling is a direct sequel to Redemption in Indigo, but it might be like a spin-off. I don't know. I'm just gonna read them because I'm obsessed. And that's it for this one. You can leave a basketball emoji down below if you've made it this far and just want me to know you're here. Otherwise, like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.